Hey friends, David here, addicted to betterment, and it's that time of year. If you're anything like me, you're saying goodbye 2024, hello 2025, here we go. And if you're anything like me, you're setting some obnoxious, just audacious goals that either scare the heck out of you or make your friends and family and the people close to you go, you are crazy. And yes, I am crazy. I want to set goals so big that I question it, that my friends and my family look at me like, you have lost your mind. Yes. And I also want to set goals so big that I have to have people help me to get there. But we can make 2025 the best year ever if we do things different. If you're anything like me, every time I pull up social media, I see all these people saying, man, 2024 kicked my butt. 2025 is going to be the best year. And it can be. It can be, but we have to do things different. I want to talk it up today with you and just share with you some ideas on how we can achieve our best year in 2025. And it's not by just setting audacious goals. And it's not just by obsessing with that goal. It's by setting the goal, falling in love with the habits and the processes that it takes to get there. So, the idea is the goal is the destination. The thing that we're trying to accomplish, trying to achieve the outcome, that's the destination. We have to fall in love with the habits, the processes, the vehicle to get to the destination. At the end of the day, the actions and the habits that we take are the things that we have to fall in love with. I can't tell you how many times I have set a very big goal and I really, really, really wanted to achieve it. And then a short time later, I either abandoned the goal altogether or I fell way, way short and was super disappointed. And one of the reasons could have been that I didn't, set or figure out the processes or habits or things that I could commit to that would get me to the goal. And then I didn't fall in love with it. I didn't fall in love with those processes. I'm thinking of 4 areas in life that this really plays out big. One is in business. You can't scale your business by just wanting to do better or by just wanting to be more successful or grow more, have more revenue or whatever it is. You have to figure out the KPIs, the consistent habits and things that you hold yourself accountable, your team accountable to. What are the habits? What are the things you need to change? What are the processes, the daily commitments that that if you do and change these things, they will achieve that outcome. It's not going to just happen by saying, oh man, I want to be more successful. I want to be more profitable this year. That alone is not going to get it. Fall in love with the processes. First, figure out what are the habits? What are the phone calls that I need to make? What are the outreaches I need to make? What are the habits that I need to either stop or start and absolutely fall in love with and commit to, so that in June or July, when the revenue number isn't on target, then you can be happy and committed to the things. You're doing the things to get there. Otherwise, you just abandon the goal altogether. Maybe it's your finances. Maybe you're trying to save for a big purchase. Maybe you're trying to get out of debt. Maybe you're trying to, buy the home or take the bucket list trip. And you don't have the money to do it, and it's a financial goal that you've been trying to do. Well, guess what? Writing that goal down, setting that goal isn't alone going to get you there. It's a big start. Certainly, please do that. But figure out the habits, the consistent things that you have to do and fall in love with that. Maybe it's saving a certain amount of money every week. Maybe it's, doing this thing where you can make a little extra money or whatever it is. Fall in love with that habit or process. Figure that out. Write the goal down, get clear on the goal, but figure out what is the habit and the process it's going to take to get there. Maybe it's a relationship. Strong relationships are built through intentional habits. I mean, so often, you meet someone right out of the gate and you're like, oh man, instant connection and things are great. But strong relationships that endure for a very long time are built through intentional habits, regular communication, thoughtful gestures, active listening. If you don't have those habits, that strong relationship, the goal that you have for your relationship is going to be much harder to achieve. And then you're constantly in June or July, you're going to be looking like, oh man, this relationship isn't as good as I wanted it to be, or it's not as good as I expected. And you're looking around, you're disappointed in the result because you didn't commit to the habit. You didn't commit to the things that it takes to have a great relationship. So many people are looking at their relationship with dissatisfaction, wanting more, wanting better, but they're not willing to commit to the things, the habits, the processes that it takes to have a great relationship. For me, fitness. Man, if I set a fitness goal and I want to achieve it, but and I'll just share this with you. Let's say this year your goal is to lose 30 pounds or gain X amount of pounds of muscle or whatever it is. That sounds great, but what are you committed to doing to do that? You're not going to get that six pack by figuring it out along the way. Figure out what the processes and the habits and the things are, what your nutrition really look like. Commit to that. Do you need to cut out alcohol? Commit to that. Do you need to cut out sugar? Do you need to stop eating midnight snacks? Whatever it is. Listen, all of them apply to me. But we have to figure out what those are. How can we do this? What are some things we can do to get better at committing to the habits, the processes that help us achieve the goal? You got to define the key habits. That's first and foremost. Like I said, in those 4 areas, figure out what those habits are. If it's your relationship, what are the things that will help keep your relationship strong? Is it the regular date night? Is it the time committed every day to listen, to hear? Are you practicing that? Actively listening to your spouse so that they feel heard and loved? Are you practicing the affection, the things that let them know you love them? Are you, whatever it is, whatever those things are, finances, you have those big goals. Are you doing the regular habits and committing to that? And guess what, guys? If you fall off a single day or something, jump back on. It'll help. But first of all, define the key habit, figure out what it is, and then create a system for that habit. To make it practical for me is if I commit to regular cardio every single day. So this is something I have done for 2025 is I've committed to regular cardio every day. Well, guess what? I don't love cardio. I do love incorporating cardio into my life, but cardio in and of itself, I don't love. So for me, the system I've created is when I get up in the morning and I have my regular morning routine and do the things that's important to me. Once I've done that, first thing in the morning, I have my cardio. I get instant right into my cardio before I start my work, before I start into that, because once I have started my work, I know I'm going to get my cardio. And now my mind is already moving forward. So I incorporate my learning and cardio together. It's a system I've done. So I'm committed to learning every day, whether it's a podcast, whether it's listening to something. So I incorporate my learning and my cardio together. It's a system I put in. You have to create a system that supports the habits regularly. And guess what, guys? You have to measure your progress by your habits, not the result. Let's say it's finances. Man, curveballs regularly financially can really set you back. And trust me, I know how that goes. But if you're looking at your bank account and thinking, man, I should be further ahead, or your possessions or whatever it is, and you're comparing yourself to others or comparing yourself to your goal, maybe you're not on target, you've fallen behind, don't measure your success by the result. Measure your success by the habits you've committed to. If you're saving $100 every week, or you've cut out the spending that you committed to get there, and you have unexpected curveballs, guess what? It's going to happen. So measure your success by the habits, not by the result. Hey guys, this can be our best year ever. I know it is going to be for me. I am so convinced that this is going to be my best year ever. And I am committed to breaking chains that have bound me for a long time. I'm committed to overcoming and achieving goals that I've dreamed of achieving for a long time. I'm so committed to having the best life ever in every area of my life, Will. And for me, that means committing to some habits that will help me get there. Committing to the things, the processes that I know at the end of 2025, I believe I will have more than achieved my goals. But if I haven't, if for some reason there's an area where I fell a little short, I'm going to look back and know that I committed to the process, that I committed to the habits and the things. Friends, I'm asking you to join me. Figure out the habits. Build the systems. Let's go. Let's make 2025 the best ever. Let's go.